Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. I'm your host Ethan Barrett, bringing you part 19 of the Star Wars Battlefront 3 concept video series. It's the hero guide for Yoda. So, very special. I think you're gonna really like this one. Let's not waste any more time, let's just get straight into the video. Alright, so the hero guide for Yoda. If you've seen my ranking of all 22 heroes and villains in Battlefront 2, which if you haven't, you should, watch that video, go watch that video, watch all my videos, send me presents! Anyway, you know I'm not a fan of how DICE made Yoda in Battlefront 2. He just feels weak. Seriously, does anybody see Yoda and think, oh man, I'm screwed? No! Maybe if you're a blaster hero or a standard trooper, but Yoda, the problem with him is, first off, I touched on this in the ranking, but Yoda has such a large hitbox. Now, I know people say he's got a small hitbox, but it seems every time I play with Yoda, I get easily shredded, even quicker than I do with Luke and Vader. And that's a problem. And it's not just me, friends of mine that play Battlefront 2 say the same. Yoda has a weak block, awful stamina, and a meh damage output. Now, I'm not saying let's make him super overpowered! But Yoda is the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy after Anakin. He was the head of the Jedi Council. Even in Revenge of the Sith, I think Yoda was more powerful than Anakin. Give it time and Anakin would have grown more, becoming the most powerful Jedi ever, but at the time, Yoda was still the most powerful. He's a Jedi Grand Master, for crying out loud! And in Battlefront 2, he's one of the weakest heroes in the game. Like, it doesn't add up. So, let me have a go. Here's how I would add Yoda into Battlefront 3. So, similar to General Grievous, Yoda wouldn't have another playstyle, but he would have a special new thing to him, with some small changes to his stats. So, starting with the stats, I would start Yoda off with a base health of 750, which is average, with a 250 health regeneration, which again is average. For his damage output, I would keep it the same with 120 damage to the front and 150 damage to the back, which is less than other standard lightsaber heroes. Now, to be honest, maybe even take the damage down more? This will make sense soon. I would give him a swing speed of 2.0 swings per second. Listen, I realized they were trying to balance him, giving him a swing speed of 1.6 swings per second in Battlefront 2, but really it made him a little weak. Also, Yoda is known for being insanely fast when he fights, so to balance, give him a low damage output, but make him incredibly fast. Yoda would get 14 attacks with his lightsaber before running out of stamina, while only being able to block 8 attacks with the Force Absorb ability. However, something new, just like for Grievous, Yoda would have a special ability, because Yoda would have 2 separate blocks. For Grievous, we talked about the Y or triangle button, bringing out all 4 arms for Grievous. But for Yoda, pressing Y or triangle would switch your block ability. Block number 1 is Absorb. It can absorb blaster fire for a long while, but it can only block 8 melee lightsaber attacks before running out of stamina. While block number 2 has Yoda block with his lightsaber. Now, here Yoda can block up to 13 lightsaber melee attacks, but can't last that long when blocking blaster fire. That's kind of what I would do to balance it. If you're trying to block blaster fire, it would be best to use the Absorb. But if you're facing someone with melee option, it would be best to use his lightsaber to block. So you get to pick what block fits best for you, or keep switching back and forth like I said. Now, for his agility stats, I would just give Yoda the same run speed that he had for Battlefront 2 already. I think that run speed was good for him. You don't need to change that. But for his jumping stats, Yoda would get a little inch higher jump than Grievous, while jumping a little bit further than Grievous as well. Now, this would usually be it, and I would move on to the abilities, but Yoda is unique. So there is one more thing to go over, and it's something new, solely for Yoda. Now, as time goes on, maybe other heroes will get to do this ability, but for now, just Yoda. So, I've been playing the Avengers video game. One idea I thought was cool, and would be a perfect fit for Yoda, is, so when you're playing as the Hulk in the Avengers, you can jump on a wall to stay there, to aim and jump off toward another wall or to the ground. And when we see Yoda fight, he's constantly jumping off walls and such. So I think it's a perfect fit. With Yoda, you can now jump onto a wall to stay, to aim and jump off, either to the ground or to another wall. However, while jumping from wall to wall, you can strike with your lightsaber while in the air, like we've seen Yoda do before. And with that said, I don't need to discuss his abilities because I would keep them 100% the same. So because of that, that takes care of the abilities in combat. So now let's just move on to the takedowns. So for the takedowns, I've thought of some ideas. The first takedown would see Yoda block a few attacks before performing a lightsaber throw that stabs through the enemy's chest. For Yoda to jump on their torso and pull the saber out from the enemy's body, like we saw Yoda do to that clone in Revenge of the Sith. And this would be Yoda's default takedown. The next takedown would see Yoda jump in the air doing a couple flips while decapitating the enemy. Basically what we see him do to those two clones in Revenge of the Sith. And this takedown would cost 8,000 credits to unlock. And the last takedown would see the enemy go for an attack for Yoda to freeze them. Lifting them with the Force, Yoda would crush their bodies to just let them fall to the floor. And this takedown would cost 15,000 credits to unlock. So, that takes care of the takedowns. Now let's just move on to the star cards. But before that, really quick, make sure that you go subscribe to my channel and tippity tap that bell notification so you always get notified of when I post videos.
Give it a little tappy, tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
And if you are enjoying the video so far, why not go ahead and leave a like, as it does really help the channel out a lot. With that said, let's get back to the show. So star cards, again, like the abilities, I think everything's fine already. You wouldn't change anything. I think everything's perfect the way it is. So that takes care of the star cards. Let's move on. So for the appearances, some people might just think it's Yoda. What can you do? Battlefront 2 had a hood up option and a hood down option. What else can you do? Well, my friends, I got some ideas. Now, in case you forgot, here is a list of all the appearance levels. Got it? Good! So with that said, let's get to this. So the default appearance for Yoda would be his Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, standard appearance for Yoda. Appearance number 2, just like Battlefront 2, keep that in. That would be the hood option from Battlefront 2. And I would have this appearance be 20,000 credits to unlock. Now, for the appearances that I would add to the game, so the next appearance option would be Grand Master, his appearance from The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And I would have this appearance be 60,000 credits to unlock. The next appearance option would be I Lost My Robe, and that would be 15,000 credits to unlock, because it's just a robe taken away. It's literally... Now, the next appearance option would be called Guardian. I think it's cool, add it to the game, make it 100,000 credits to unlock. And finally, the last appearance option would be called Pure Wisdom. I would have this be 100,000 credits to unlock as well. And so with that said, that takes care of all the appearances. So let's finish this off and move on to the emotes. Okay, so for the emotes, just forget. We all know how this works, okay? Each emote is worth 5,000 credits to unlock, and the first 4 emotes for Yoda is just adding the ones from Battlefront 2 already. The ones after are the ones that I would personally add to the game. So with that said, let's not waste any more time, let's just get to them.
Do or do not. There is no try. Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? That is why you fail. For my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is.
So that takes care of the emotes that I would add from Battlefront 2 already. But I had some ideas, so here are the ones that I would personally add to the game.
You must feel the Force around you. Strong is Vader. Mind what you have learned. Save you again.
Strong you are with the dark side, young one. But not that strong.
I sense much fear in you.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
Weapons do not win battles.
Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny.
All around us is that which we need to prevail. Yes.
Force not make one great.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
But the Force resides in all life forms. Use it you can to quiet your mind.
If so powerful you are, why leave?
Outthink the droids. You can.
The greatest teacher failure is.
Reese, always focused on the enemy, are you? Surrender? You should. Rush not into fights. Long is the war. Only by surviving it will you prevail. Still much to learn you have. Sacrifice all I am ready to do.
So guys, that was the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Please go subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Make sure that you tippity tap that bell notification so you always know of when I post videos.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Be sure that you comment down below what you want to see next, and also share this video with everybody that you know, because that would be great. Also, make sure that you go follow me on all my social medias. Here, I've been your host, Ethan Barrett, and I want you guys to always remember, God loves you, you're special, and you matter to Him. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.